How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm all right. We both have our independent podcast, but for now we're joining together. We're doing a collaboration. So, coming together to talking about things in society, the human being state, humanity state, and how that is actually having an impact on our children. As I said, children are the next generation, right? They're the next leaders. They're the next carers. They're the next politicians. They're the next music mogul. They are the next ones to take over after this generation's gone. So, what kind of example are we setting for them? What legacy are we leaving for them? What legacy? What's the other word? What knowledge are we leaving for them to stand on and carry forward? Or are we leaving them rubbish and then they build on that?
For real?
So this will be a little discussion that me and Nehima are having. So, how's your day been?
Um, it's been all right. Actually, it's been systematic.
Ah,
It's been it's, it's been okay. It's been all right. Me and the children been out. We've enjoyed the fresh air because we've been, inside with the snow. We had a discussion about time and the construct of time and how the Western society keeps you in time in a loop.
mm,
But today's been okay. How's your day been?
well, I got up to sit down at my desk. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wake up, do your spiritual activities, get ready, and then sit down.
And
As
sit
simple as
down.
that, really. Yeah, so I got up and I did a lot of desk work today, which was,
Okay.
you know, productive in its own way.
And so, Utopia, what is perceptions?
Okay, so perceptions is about viewing the world from a different point of view, um, taking yourself away from the narrative that's been given by society about what's right and what's wrong, and look towards nature and ask nature, what are you showing me that shows me I'm not in the right place or my thinking isn't straight? So, what I do is I come from a Kemetic point of view, which is nature based. Okay, so simple things like we call ourselves great people because we've invented things like cars, but cars itself, in itself, comes from nature. It's resembling an insect, a beetle, or the plane. We look at it and go, "Oh, man has created such a good thing," but we've got the idea from a bird. Simple things like that.
Yeah.
So by doing that, I can allow the person to think, like earlier you said about time. That's a fantastic
Oh,
one.
yeah.
We have
Yeah.
people who are governed by the watch. Oh,
Hmm.
it's 8 o'clock. I've got to get up. I've got to go to school. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. I've got to have lunchtime. Oh, it's
Yeah.
4 o'clock. I've got to go home. And then we have summertime when it's 8 o'clock at night. They call it nighttime, but the sun's still up in the sky, and we're saying it's nighttime because we're looking at the watch. Instead of looking what nature tells us, it's not nighttime. The sun is up in the sky. It's daylight.
It's
Hello.
daylight. Yeah.
So what I do is I just bring nature into the conversation and help people to reorientate themselves to see what they're in and what they're supposed to be in, or what they should see in order to better themselves and stop being so consumed by modern society. That's me.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
over to you, Abstract Forge. What are you about?
Voice, a hidden voice for children, but I work at it via the adults. For example, I'm a homeschooling mom. I have done for 12 years now. Um, I start my first job I had at 13, so I'm very not. I'm not the usual woman, as you say, but I've had a lot of people come to me over the years like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I've not really paid attention to it because I've just been in my own world. But now the world is moving towards the digital side
Yeah,
and how we had COVID, that big C. Oh, shouldn't say that because that means
big
something
C.
else, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's another topic for another day.
Yeah, the
But
big call it
yeah,
the big flu,
yeah, the big flu, how we
flu
had the
by.
big flu. There was a lot of cases and there was a lot of stories how women and parents or households, families, they couldn't cope with their children being at home. They didn't have that mental process or the mental capacities to even handle children being at home, which to me it was kind of baffling because you have the child's supposed to be that your child should be everything. They shouldn't have to be. You should be able to understand your child in any circumstance, in any environment. But there was, people unaliving themselves, and the care system in numbers it went higher. So I just thought, you know what, maybe this is my time and this is my place to help people in the West to actually create a system within themselves, especially as a mother, to apply to their household, not rigid, but actually understand, the universe, the world, nature, as you say, themselves, for them to be able to create stability and environment for the child by understanding the child. So Abstract Forge is a community, people-based, for anyone really, mainly mothers, mainly single mothers because they have it the hardest, but it is for anybody who really wants to take themselves out of the system but still survive in the system.
What about fathers?
They can join too if they really
Single
want to
fathers, because
understand.
there are those out there as well.
Yeah, that's there too. Anyone who really wants to take control in their hands while trying to balance the West and survive in the West without totally depending on the system. What is based on what you've expressed so far, what is your views on the system and nature? Like, how has the system turned people or made like the family structure depend on them and turn them against nature?
Oh, wow, that's a question. So, when you look at, or when you can, if you can think back or try to imagine life before the modern era, where people relied on nature, okay, they understood that they were children of the earth. Okay.
Yeah.
So they aligned themselves with nature to be able to fit in so that they knew when to farm, they knew when to harvest, they knew when to sleep, when to wake up. They basically knew how to fit into the cycle of nature, what seasons plants will grow, what time of year to get the best fish, when animals are born, things like that. So they had a system within the system of nature.
Okay.
So they lived with it. What's happened now since the industrial age or since the modern age is that we have turned against nature because we're trying to control nature. Instead of letting nature be, we are now, instead of living in a natural world, we now live in a processed world where they are trying to control nature by giving us things that they call alternatives. Like, how can you go to a shop and buy something and it says organic?
Hold
Shouldn't
on.
it have been organic in the first place?
You want to talk about that, Joe, with the watermelon?
Oh, show the watermelon.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh,
It's crazy, right? Then hold on. The other part, I started to play with it, kind of, and you can see how it's going into segments. It's going to drop, but if you're not squeezing it, you can see it coming apart. Oh, and that's what, a watermelon? This is a watermelon, right?
has it got any
Yeah.
seeds in there?
Yeah, it's got little seeds. It's got little seeds at the coils.
Oh my gosh. Let's have a look.
I'll show you. It's bad, right?
I wonder why people are sick.
Mm-hmm.
We spend years working, giving away what we have to try and buy the things that nature gives us freely.
And the ones we do buy, it's GMO'd.
Yeah. Do you realize we're all thieves?
Yeah.
We're thieves and liars. Do you know
Yeah.
that? I mean, we go to the shop, we buy something, we say it's ours. No, it's not. It's nature's. We've just bought from the thief.
Yeah. And we're kind of lying to ourselves too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
look what they're doing. They're poisoning us. That's bad. That's
It's a
horrible.
shame.
It looks nice, but it's not right. It's not
Yeah,
right.
it's pretty. It's really pretty, but If I didn't know no better, I would have ate that and thought, oh, you know, that looks
If you
nice
never
and
saw
pretty.
a lemon, if you never saw a melon before.
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh, look at these swirly swirls and just ate it. Yeah, continue. What was you saying? I forgot what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
I know. I was just saying that we live in a processed world now. We're not living in a natural world. 90% of the world's just processed. I
Hmm.
mean, you look at the big cities in the States. What was I watching? 21 Bridges yesterday. And they did an aerial view of Manhattan because they're showing the 21 bridges that they need to close down. So they're showing an aerial view of Manhattan. And I sat there and I thought, oh my gosh, look at all those lights. Those used to be trees. You look at the cities, there used to be trees there. You're driving on the motorway, they've cut through natural lands just to build the road, to put cars on that poison the air we breathe.
It's crazy. No consideration to nature whatsoever. So when we got all these things that's happening now and earthquakes and that, I
Yeah,
wonder why.
they wonder why. So yeah, that was my thought anyway. How do I feel about the system and the children?
Or not even just the children, just generations, just everything,
Generations.
like what it's doing to people as a whole.
What I've seen is um, people who call themselves leaders have built the Western civilization based on lies.
Oh, yeah.
They've gone elsewhere. They've seen somewhere that's better, that has a system, and they've taken that system, corrupted it, and built on top of corruption. So what we have today is a system that's ever changing because it doesn't have a foundation based on something that doesn't change, which is nature.
Okay,
So
yeah.
every day the system has to reinvent the wheel. So it has new laws every few months. The dictionary
Mm.
itself, the language, every 6 months of the Oxford Dictionary, they're adding words.
It's crazy, right? Have you heard the speech of this next generation? I'm so confused. I don't know what they're talking.
I
I
think
don't have a clue. And I thought my speech was bad, but it's just mumble jumble.
when I said earlier that they are the foundation, they are the ones who are going to be the new leaders and the new teachers and the new
Yeah.
carers, and they've got a big struggle because whatever they build is going to be built on top of the corruption that's already been here, that's set here. So every
Yeah.
time they add new words to the system, every time they change the law, the children that's going to come up next are going to add to that. They're not going to make it
Yeah.
better until they actually stop and take a look back from where this came from and correct things.
Yeah, it's true. And this is why I've created what I've created. I have to save the children, to help the children, I have to tackle the mother. Yes, the father has a thing too, but it's usually the mother that nurtures and stuff. You know, the father's the what's it called, the logic.
Mm,
But today, in today's system, it's all emotion based.
I
Did
know.
you get it? Everything's emotion based, and it's the parents that allow that to happen. Like I was in town not too long ago, and this little girl was in the shop and she wanted something, and the mom said no.
She
She
gave
had
in.
no control. She just gave in and gave. So I was thinking, there again, all emotional based, and it does start from the parent,
But
the
then
mother
again,
that was there,
and as well, does the parent even know
school
how to
system.
parent? Because the parent
Exactly.
is
This
then
is
being
why
parented by the system. You can no longer
the
discipline your
system.
child. Otherwise, you'll be locked up, and the
Yeah.
child knows that. The child knows that.
Yeah.
Look, don't stop
Exactly.
with parents anymore. I can get away with stuff. It's a
Yeah.
system
This
that
child
yeah.
was in, this child wasn't even in school. She was four, about 3 or 4.
So how's she gonna deal
Still
with it
in
when she's a
nappies.
teenager?
This is what I'm saying. Exactly. And it's happening. All these children now just thinking, I can do what I want. The system would discipline my parents for me.
Yeah,
They've got that
it's getting to the
process.
point now where the adults are frightened of the children because
Yep.
of the power that the children have.
Yeah. And who's giving them power? Something that's not actually legit.
Tangible,
Yeah. Does it mean anything? What are you going to
faceless, it's faceless. So
do?
yeah.
Yeah. Very.
Oh. So what are you trying to? What do you want to gain by doing what you do? By abstract force. What's your goal?
Um. To to help the children, obviously, but to make parents understand and know their role within their own house, actually within their own life.
Mm.
Um, that they do have the power to guide, to control, not control, but to guide and to what's that word? to guide, maybe I just use the word guide, to guide the children in the right way and not listen. Yeah, it's hard at first because if you don't know where you stand, you're going to always listen to the system. But for you to even to face yourself and think, I
Yeah.
can do this, I'm strong enough to do this, it's hard. So my goal, my purpose is to help the parents or the mother or whoever it is to understand themselves as being a parent and the responsible one. And then once they understand with themselves, then they can start to understand the child and build that connection, build the bridge between the
Okay.
two and work together instead of working separately.
So you give them tools to better understand themselves in order to better parent their
Hmm.
children.
Yeah, there's some I've already
Can you
done
give an
now, but
example of what tools?
um, what tools? I have courses online. That's
Yeah.
one. I am in the process of creating, well, me and another company or business are in the process of creating I wouldn't say it's a board game, but it is like a board game. It's like I'm trying to bring back traditions. You know, when we was younger, we'd all sit around the table with no phone. You know those? So I'm trying to bring that back through a communication tool. So it's
Mm.
like a board game or a board with cards or whatnot and different sectors. The five pillars that I have within my structure. It's set out as a board game. You can do it with you, your child, or the whole family, but it teaches communication because I had a problem for a long time with communication, but that there teaches communication. So if you've got a problem, you like turn off the world, turn off the electronics and device, and you sit with your family. You have that moment where you can talk, air things out, and fix it in
Mm.
the home instead of taking it outside the home. Like if you've got a problem with yourself, you look in, you don't look out. So it's
Yeah.
kind of the same concept, but within the home. So that's
Oh,
another one.
good board game
We
as
have
well.
courses. There we go. And I have
What about that?
courses. I do online. I do one-to-one. There's a lot of little things that
Oh,
I'm doing.
nice.
Yeah. And what about you? How do you help the world?
The world, one step at a time,
Yeah.
groups of people at a time. How do I help?
Yeah,
Well, as you
what's
said, by
your
understanding
purpose and
yourself
goal? Yeah.
first. By understanding yourself first. Heal
Mm-hmm.
people, heal people. Sick people can't heal people because they're sick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about healing myself, understanding myself, seeing the world through my eyes with the help of ancient wisdom knowledge that I have acquired over the past 10 years. 10 years, you know. And
Impressive.
and then living it, but then transferring it to others through how I live and giving them understanding of the world that they actually live in. We have a concept called garlic effect, where
I know that concept.
mass mental illness,
Yeah.
where people follow what is considered social norm, when really, when something comes out, we fight against it. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Might have a few protests and a little bit of a riot, but then we settle down and we just go with the flow.
Yeah, like nothing, like the process meant nothing.
Yeah. So garlic effect. So
Yeah.
people go with the flow, but within themselves and know something's wrong. So I help to expose that and then show them, well, if you know it's wrong, what are you gonna do about it? Not with the system or people out there, but
Yeah,
within yourself. How do you change yourself to not be consumed by it, but can still navigate through the madness?
definitely. We need that,
Yeah.
especially where the world's going now. It's like it's just diving in deeper to a hole.
Happily with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shovels.
Yeah, and they're enjoying it too on the way. Let's eat some chocolate while we're at it as well.
Yeah. So it's humanity's not in a good place. And the thing is, people know it as well.
Mhm. They just don't know how to say no and stand up for themselves. Where
Yeah.
like it's a scary it's it's scary when you think about it that they've lost their own power and they're just freely, happily giving it away. To
Yeah.
who?
It's like
Why?
they're kind of saying, well, what choice have we got? You've got a lot
Yeah,
of choices, mate.
that choice. Don't even see the choice. That they need to clear the fog. Actually, I've got a course called Clear the Fog. It's a free course at the moment. I've got a few of them, but that one's. But
Clear
yeah,
the
there's
fog.
like
What's that about?
um, it's about your mentality. like just the distractions and what's in your face, like to see through. You could say it's like perceptions, but it's more simplified
Okay.
to my audience.
So do you have
Yeah.
courses for children?
Yes, it's in the making. The bigger part two opens. It launches in May, but right now it's just. But yeah, I do. I have courses for children. Actually, to be honest, my children will be kind of teaching the course for children.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of things. Like we're gonna have another part of the podcast where my children will be the voice of children, and
Mm.
they will ask me, and I have to answer for them, so to speak. But yeah,
So
we do have courses for children. We have courses for homeschooling. We have courses for home. We have courses. We have a lot of little things, but it's more based on the home.
do you do
The
mentoring?
whole. Did I?
Do you do mentoring?
Yeah, I do one to one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
one to one, and yeah, eventually it's gonna go outside of the computer. But for now, it's where just stay at your home. And
Yeah.
figure that out. Once you figure out yourself, figure out your children, then yeah, you can expand. But if the big illness comes back, there has to be a community or a place where people, households can talk and advise each other and find out the best ways to get through difficult situations instead of looking back at the system who put you in the house in the first place because of
Mm.
the illness. So
It's like with
yeah.
that melon. Um,
Look, he's just looking at me.
hello. It's like
There.
it's like the melon. Now we're eating food that has been sanctioned by the very people who will tell us that we're not eating right,
Make that make sense.
and then they will give us medication to fight the illness that's been put in the food, and then when we have side effects, they just change the medication. And the thing is, you know what? When they give you medication, people got to stop and think about this, especially when they're doing these trials. Oh, try this one. They're not watching you to see if you recover. They're watching how the medication works.
Yeah, with rats, with experiments, basically.
And some
It's a
people have got
shame.
hope. They've got hope in a system that doesn't work.
Yeah.
What happened to
And
grandmothers and their remedies?
that definitely needs to come back.
Yeah, I might write a book.
I think it should. Do you have anything to do with, or would you know anywhere for remedies?
Remedies
Or,
and natural healing and herbs. I
yeah,
do know of a company called Ancaster Natural Healing.
okay. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Ancaster Natural Healing was founded by a great man called Neb Nabalamusa Morondenibig. Bit of a mouthful. Neb Nabalamusa Morondenibig. And he was a West African guy
Mm-hmm.
who came from Fada Ngoma, the Burkina Faso, and
Yeah,
he wasn't regular by least. He spoke 13 languages. He was
I'm
a
just about to speak English.
English isn't even a language.
Exactly.
He was a cultural activist and historian, metaphysician, um, poet, writer, master healer, and prophet, and so much more. He wrote 27 books. Um, and the, what he's done in his lifetime, I couldn't do in 5 lifetimes.
It's impressive.
So what he's done, he set up two companies actually, two organizations. They were together, but they were split because of modern society don't want to put things on the shelves that actually work. So
Yeah.
Ancaster became a branch on its own, and it handles, or it provides a service that gives the client natural healing by the use of natural herbs. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
that's processed. It's all natural. You can look at the herb just itself. I can't pronounce the names because, man, as you said, I can just about speak English. So these herbs, the thing is, these herbs don't have side effects. You cannot overdose on it. These herbs actually go to the parts of the body that these herbs were meant for. because all herbs,
Oh,
all
okay.
plants, all herbs have plant, all herbs and plants, which are herbs and plant, all herbs
Nature.
and plants, but herbs are plants.
Yeah.
So all plants have spirits in them. They
Okay.
all have intelligences that, when we reach a certain standard in our elevation, we can communicate with these. And some people do it anyway because that's what they're built with. But you can
Yeah.
communicate with animals, with plants, to let you know what they have in order for you to use for yourself. So, like my dad, I went to Jamaica a couple of years ago, and he said when he got this house, he went over there and he immediately knew that this plant was for any cold, but yet nobody had told him. That was
Oh,
weird.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
And
very
every time he's sick, he
interesting.
uses it. Whenever anybody's sick, he gives them that
Use
plant.
it.
But nobody told him
Imagine
it was for
knowing
them.
that.
I know.
Like,
Nobody told him, but he knew what it was for. And that's how indigenous people know their plants, by
okay.
what they can perceive, what the spirit and the spirit of the plant, when they dialogue, what they can perceive, they
Yeah,
can know
yeah.
what it's used for.
Amazing.
So over the years, over the thousands of years, over the centuries, the people of West Africa, well, most of them, but not now, they've
Mhm.
kept a lot of the herbs, or the use of the herbs, and that's what Master Naba then formed this organization, Ancaster Natural Healing, to bring
Okay.
those herbs to the West, so that people can be healed without the use of modern medical system. They have another part of that, besides the herbs, where they do spiritual services in the form of earth energy readings, which
Mm-hmm.
I just had one not too long ago, where they read the energies around you, the non-material that's expressing, and then you can ask your
Mm-hmm.
questions. And they do works to make sure that the solution is met. They also do health consultations or health coaching. Health coaching is on the phone. Health consultation is face to face, and they are so thorough. They check every part of your body without
You know
incisions,
what?
cuts, and all
I
sorts.
need one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I know one, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So you can go online, and cast anhlife.org. I was trying to think of the
ANHlife.org.
anhlife.org,
Okay.
and then you can go through all the herbs and see what's what. And they also do talks as well, and some training courses on there if you have a look.
Oh,
So it's very good.
that's nice to know.
Yeah. I'm also part of an organisation called Keptar,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Can you tell
fantastic.
me a bit about that? What is
Keptar,
Keptar?
has also been founded by Nebnabala Musa Morondenibi. I tell you, I'd struggle to do maybe two of what he's done in his lifetime. I'm struggling just to be me, never mind anything else. But anyway,
The West has got a hold on us over here.
bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Really bad. Yeah.
So Keptar is an organisation which is about promoting the ancestral culture around the world. Um,
Mm.
People are not aware, or they have an understanding that um, the world is not supposed to be like this. You don't get up every morning and go work for the man. Our ancestors never did that.
Yeah.
So what Keptar is doing is promoting the ancestral culture, how to live with nature, be in nature, work for nature, and to align ourselves with the universe and nature. And that sounds kind of like, oh, new agey, but no, as I said before, we didn't have this modern way of life before. This is how we
Yeah,
all
it's
lived,
true.
everybody
It
around the world.
came from
This is
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, this is how we all live. So what we are doing is bringing that back, because the world's going to need it when the system fails. Because it says to have not
Exactly.
got long.
Exactly.
I don't
It's
know,
failing.
there's going to be people out there listening to this and going, "Ah, yes,
They
the
don't know
system is
about it.
failing." Huh?
They'll know about it. If there was anyone in the UK who wanted to come and see you speak, or for you to teach them or anything like that, how would they find you, or where would they go? Like, I
Oh,
have a community online, in the
yeah,
school community. It's called
yeah.
School. But where would they find you specifically? How would they get to you?
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook. Message me on Facebook if you want to, and I'll leave the names and the places and the dates of where I'll be doing my next talks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to put all the links down below or at the side. You'll find them wherever you need to find them. But it's been great speaking with you, Tapia. and I will catch you again next week.
Okay, well, thank you
Yeah,
for speaking with me, and I
I
thank
know.
myself for speaking to you.
Yes, thank you. And next week or the next time you hear from us, we'll be diving much deeper than what we've already spoke to today. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And Utopia,
So I'd like to say thank you for joining me, all you viewers. Hope you enjoyed the show, and yes, we will be making this a regular thing on both abstract force and perceptions. So don't
Abstract Forge.
forge. Sorry, I said abstract force, didn't I? Abstract force.
It's basically taking concepts out of the brain
Yeah.
and making your own system and forging them together for you to live on and stand on.